Komi Can't Communicate is such a beautiful anime with funny characters, beautiful animation, high quality soundtracks, and it's just filled with a lot of wholesome moments. But the one thing that stands out to me the most in this anime is Komi herself. You know, she wants to have a lot of friends, but she has a hard time communicating with people, which can relate to all of us on some level, since as you grow older it gets harder to make new friends. And the thing that really stuck out to me was how she can effortlessly radiate a charismatic vibe, but she doesn't realize that herself. And Komi being able to radiate that charismatic vibe is something we all want in a way. Think about that one time when you want that one kawaii girl to approach you, or that one time you hear a group of people talking about anime and you really want to join in that conversation and be friends with them, but just have a hard time figuring out how to join in that conversation. So you hope they will approach you instead. Let me tell you this, if you're hoping for someone to randomly approach you and become friends with you, then most likely you're never going to make friends. But I have good news for you. In this video, I'll be explaining some ways that you can learn to make new friends and how to be 1/10 as charismatic as Komi-san. Because let's be honest, Komi-san's charisma level is just out of this world. But before I get to share the secrets of making friends and developing charisma, I would appreciate if you hit that subscribe button if you want more videos like these. Without further ado, let's get into this. So the best advice I ever got is if you want to make friends or you want the other person to do something is by doing that thing yourself. So in other words, you have to take initiative of that action you want to evoke in the other person. So here's an example. If you want to hang out with a friend but they never invite you to hang out with them, then try taking initiative and invite them out yourself. And eventually you'll notice after inviting them out a couple of times or more, they'll start to ask you if you want to hang out with them. Because if you're waiting for the invite yourself and never giving out the invite to other people, then those people will think that you don't want to hang out with them. So if you want to hang out or go places with friends, then take control of it. You have the power to control every aspect of your life, including your social life. Now, if you want to make friends that have the same interests as you, then you should go to places where you can find your type of people. And here's what I mean by this. So if you want to make friends who have the same kind of hobbies/interests as you, then go to places where people are doing those kind of hobbies. So say if you want to make friends who likes to watch anime, well, where can you find men and women of culture at? You could find them at an anime convention, at a Barnes & Noble, specifically the manga section, or just online in general. Now I want to talk about a couple of simple ways you can be charismatic. The first way is to just listen to other people speaking. To become likable, you just have to focus on listening and making the other person feel better, since people remember how they felt after a conversation, not the words you spoke. People like you when you make them feel important and valued, but I understand just listening alone to the other person speaking makes you kind of feel like, oh, I have to be a pushover and just listen to whatever this guy's saying and not voice my own opinion. But actually, listening allows you to talk almost to the equal amount of time that you listen for. Because if the opposite person of you who is talking and you're listening, it makes them think, hey, this person is making me feel special and I like this person, so I'm going to ask him or her questions now since I like them. Remember that advice I mentioned earlier? If you want to have someone do something, you first have to do it yourself. So if you want to be listened to, you first have to start listening yourself. The second way to be charismatic is to say the other person's name. This sounds simple, but yet we don't do this enough. When people hear their own name, they feel like it's the most beautiful thing they ever heard. And there's some science behind this. In our brains, we have something called the reticular activating system, or RAS for short. This system basically blocks out 99% of what's around you from reaching your conscious mind. Because imagine if we didn't have this system, then we would take in every bit of information from the outside world and it would cause our brain to explode. Anyways, one of the ways that gets past your RAS system or RAS system and into your conscious mind is your name. So have you ever been in a huge crowd of people and there's like so much noise going around where you can't really make out what's going on? Then suddenly you hear your name out of nowhere and then you're like, oh, I just heard my name. Yeah, that's your reticular activating system at work there. So by using people's name in a conversation, it makes them feel even more special and cues them to pay attention to you. But don't use your name at the end of every sentence since it will probably weird the other person out, but just use it casually here and there. Now let's do a recap on how to make friends and be charismatic/likable. To make friends, you have to take initiative of starting the conversation yourself, or take an initiative to invite the other person first before they can invite you. To make friends that have similar interests as you is by going to places where you'll most likely find that type of person. To be charismatic/likable, you have to first listen to the other person. And to increase your charisma points, you can say the other person's name here and there during your guys' conversation. So yeah, remember these lessons if you want to make a new friend, or if you want to appear more likable. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. If you like this video, please hit that subscribe button since I would really appreciate it, and leave a comment below for any suggestions. And I hope you guys found some valuable insight from this video to help you make new friends in your life. Once again, thank you, and I hope you guys have a great day.